How's it going, guys? Agent Kenshin here. As of when I'm recording this video, it has basically been a year since Freelance Heist came out for entry point. Long awaited, and was really set to, if not revive the game, then definitely get people talking about this game for a little bit longer before this game's, well, at this point, basically death. And you know, I wanted to come back and kind of talk about this, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a while, because I feel like I should talk about another map again. And coming back to these maps and playing them after a while of not playing them, because, I mean, I don't really enjoy these maps that much. I enjoy other maps much more. I wanted to go ahead and talk about this map in particular. A map praised by the entry point community, and a map that really just is its unique own specimen from anything else we've really seen in entry point. You have a street shootout where you are up against basically every police force known to man while transporting heavy gold. You're faced off against SWAT, snipers, and even a fucking SWAT turret while fighting for your life, trying to get all this gold out of here and have it lifted so that everybody at the end of this can be rich. And this map is fucking terrible! While this game is still kind of alive and people might still be buying the Freelance Heist, if you're buying it just for the score, then I would highly suggest don't. And here is basically the entire gist as to why. Ladies, gentlemen, whatever other gender you might be, I don't fucking care. Welcome to my review of the score. And I also want to note that me as a buyer of this expansion, I'm certainly not saying that I would get a refund of this. I at least kind of enjoy the setup and the lockup. I did not buy this for the maps really at all. I actually bought this for the story. And I guess with that story comes the map that you can play. But so this is honestly just a game pass that you buy once for like the story, and then you just never really come back to. And trust me when I say, so I have not come back to really any of these maps. At best, the setup just so I could record a stupid video where I try and do this map live. But besides that, I haven't really come back to any of these maps, and especially not the score. Enough about an overview of this and, you know, why I bought this in the first place. Let's actually dive into the score itself. The infamous street shootout map, gone fucking terrible. I was going to cover the objectives of this last, but I might as well just get these out of the way since there's not really a lot to cover with this in the first place. So what exactly do you do in the score? This is actually going to come as a disappointment. You do one thing in this map, and that's just move these heavy fucking bags of gold. I am not a fan of bag moving simulators in Payday 2, but I mean, to be fair, bag moving simulator isn't usually the entire mission in Payday 2. I'm not really a fan of moving constant bags in Payday 2, and I am most certainly not a fan of it in this game when I do have to deal with those stupid fucking objectives. They're just dumb. But at least in most maps, actually yeah, for the most part, all maps except this one, moving bags isn't your entire objective. Usually it's the last thing you have to do, or one of the objectives in the middle. But here, your entire objective is to open these vans, which can be done in multiple ways. The most efficient way is to just sacrifice your CHA and just thumper these doors open. And then once you're done doing that, you move these bags of gold, which are both made to kill your stamina, and they don't even allow you to jump. On top of this, unlike Payday 2, where you can at least kind of throw it, in entry point, bags just fall on the ground. So if there's ever a point, mainly this point, where you need to like drop your bag just so you can bring it to another level where you can't jump, this gets a little bit annoying, especially when you have to move either multiple bags by yourself or multiple people are participating in this same stupid, mundane, and repetitive task. And this isn't just a task that you have to do in the first part. This is something you also have to do in the second part, with minor things being thrown in there like open this van, open this door, shoot these snipers, which is a really fucking stupid thing that you have to do. I never thought I'd be required to actually kill snipers, but here we are. We've already covered this map's objectives within 5 minutes. The Lake House is a map that I shit on frequently and I think is a terribly designed map, but at least that map had multiple objectives. Albeit I didn't like the multiple objectives that you had to do, especially within a small time frame on stealth, but fuck me, is this just boring on this map. Like, there's no real point where, like, you let go of these bags unless it's to, like, move on to another part of the stage, in the case of the first part, and then by the time you're finally done moving these bags in the second part, that's the end of the mission. Already, we're not even off to a good start. So, yeah, that's just the objectives out of the way, which is the not even the bulk of what I'm going to be covering in this fucking review. Here's really the reason why this map sucks, and here is where we start making a lot of comparisons to Payday 2. Map design, map design, map design. It is key to making a good game in any video game out there, and especially crucial in a game like Entry Point, where if you're going to play loud, cover is absolutely a necessity to survive. That cover is gone, and your life becomes much harder. With that said, here's where you start your map. Notice anything that's off? Here's where my first Payday 2 comparison comes in. This map is already obviously a ripoff of the transport heists from Payday 2. Oh, well, who cares if Sish takes stuff from Payday 2? Payday 2 is awesome. I am not here to say that Sish copying stuff from Payday 2 is bad. It might be unoriginal, but it's very clear that this game is Payday 2 inspired. So bashing it for having a map which is kind of similar when there's already similar-ish maps, that's like not really fair, but that's not really what I'm complaining about. I'm actually here to complain about what Sish didn't throw in from the Payday maps. Check out this gameplay. It's not absolutely stellar fucking gameplay, but I am on PS4. I lost all of my shit, and I just wanted to do a random mayhem mission that was the transport heist. Notice anything about this map that Entry Point didn't do? There is an ample amount of cover in this map. You have the transport vans themselves. You can just mount a drill onto these things and then use that as cover. If you're not satisfied with that cover for some reason, there's plenty of cars. There's buildings for you to go inside. There's these pillars. There's cover. It's a street shootout with cover. It's done right. This was rushed, or Sish just got lazy, or both. But there is next to no cover in the streets. There's no cars. The only cars that are there are the vans, but you can't really use those as cover. With this lack of cover in these streets, you have enemies spawning basically all around you. There's not really a way to like spawn kill them or kill them before they actually end up finding you. Especially with this one, which is usually where they spawn first. There's a fucking whole ass van in the way, so you can't even get early shots off at them unless you want to shoot at their feet. But who the fuck does that? You've already got SWAT, which are not absolutely freaking annoying, but with CBRC squads on Legend and any other gun for that matter, these guys can definitely be a fucking issue. Either they're absolutely fucking annoying or they're just the most overpowered thing on this map. And just to make matters worse, there is not just this, there's snipers all across these buildings, which can basically snipe you wherever you go along the map. In some cases, even inside this fucking building, which I'm gonna get into in a second. To make matters even fucking worse, there is 2 SWAT vans that will spawn. And depending on how many people you have in the mission, this can be very annoying. This part's fucking annoying with this SWAT van, but it's nowhere near as annoying as this one up here. I guess you have this bit of cover, but the pressure isn't exactly off of you because this thing is still possibly alive, and you have a spawn literally right fucking here, so it's not exactly fun. By the way, you can still get shot by snipers. Is there just anywhere where you can be left alone? Let's talk about this one bit of cover on the inside that you have. There's windows basically everywhere, so you're bound to get shot from the outside. And these desks don't really help because enemies can shoot right through it like it's fucking paper mache. And this seems to be your only viable option, really, if you want to get this gold from down here to up here. So you're forced to take this, and if enemies aren't basically shooting you through every window they can in this stupid area, they're basically up in your face. Seriously, like, this map could just not be any worse designed, and we're only on the first part. There's a whole other part after this. Once you're finally fucking done with that part, you then have this part, which naturally you're going to be low, maybe not low, but definitely lower on the following. You are going to be low on ammo, you're going to be low on health, and you're going to be low on armor. And health kind of ties into the fact that you're probably low on medkits as well, so that's a 4th thing on top of the 3 main things that you already have to worry about. Not exactly ideal for this next part because despite this being indoors, there is somehow the same amount of cover when you look at it from a realistic perspective. I shit you not, as soon as you open this stupid elevator door, you're then moving bags once again, and you are greeted by 2 snipers waiting for you, basically, if you didn't already take them out. There is this stupid curtain, and this is, by the way, on 2 different floors, where the SWAT can just shoot through the curtains. You can't really see them. They just have x-ray vision and aimbot. Shooting back at them through the curtains is a little bit janky for me. You guys might be able to do it, but regardless, it's still annoying, especially because you have to deal with the snipers along your way up through this building. So I guess there is more cover to this part of the mission than the last. You'd think though that because you're indoors, there'd be like, you know, more than just these corners. And I guess to be fair, you know where all the enemies are coming from. On your way up to this stupid building, there's more snipers that you have to deal with. Thankfully, this would be absolutely fucking retarded if this was possible. No more fucking miniguns are to be dealt with. Now, is this to say that this part has good cover? Absolutely fucking not. It's not. You're still in these big ass open areas half the time. And I guess all you really have is these corners as cover. But there's these big ass windows where I just keep repeating that you have to deal with fucking snipers, huh? All while you're still moving these bags of stupid fucking gold. And by the way, if one of your teammates dies, then that just means more work for everybody. So this just gets harder and harder. These little planks and other sort of construction stuff that's just lying around acts as cover. But I mean, it's really like nothing game changing. At least it's more cover than what you had before. I've said it so many times during this map. This map absolutely sucks with cover and just absolutely bombards you with fucking several enemies to deal with to the point where it's not even fucking enjoyable. So that's really it, I guess, for what this map didn't do right. What did this map exactly do right then? I mean, if it means anything at all, the events from the Halloween Hit List 2020 event are here. I guess there's also the cool music. I definitely do find it cool, and I guess it helps with like the badass sense of this map, but that's not really saying much when the whole point of this review is to cover the map itself and, well, not how cool it really is. Overall, this map sucks. This map just rips off Payday 2, so all originality basically is gone as far as map design goes. The enemies are all disorganized. You have the same mundane and repetitive tasks throughout this entire heist to the point where it's not even enjoyable, and not even this game's kick-ass music can redeem it. It's not an enjoyable map, and it's not the kind of hard that I like in Payday the Heist, where like it's challenging, but it's fair at the same time. Of course, though, that's just my opinion. If you still like this map, then that's fine. That's just what you think. And anybody who has something stupid to say to me in the comments that'll absolutely contribute nothing to this conversation, you all can go blow me. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Hey, that's a big dick. That shit looking like a pocket rocket. That's a big dick. You can know anywhere but my socket. That's a big dick. Telling you your boyfriend's not my man. That's a big dick. That shit look heavier than a van. That's a big dick. Make my face whiter than Little Xan. It's a big dick.